We're on the couch this morning with Tony, talking daily inspiration. Welcome, Tony. It's lovely to have you again.
Yes, Lindy, thank you. And welcome to you as well. It's good
Thank
to see
you.
a new face on set.
Lovely.
Yeah, I want to talk about unlearning.
Okay.
It's a very unusual topic, and it's not something that we're so accustomed to.
Yes.
You know, throughout life, we've been told on numerous occasions, you've got to learn your stuff and know your stuff. And that's what we become, just regurgitated.
Yes. Yeah.
You know, we pick up the information, we learn it for an examination, we cough it out in the papers, exam papers, and that's it, you know. But how much of that information we've actually stored, and it's just accumulating dust. And where's the space for new stuff? That's one of the problems we have. The other challenge we have in life is that we're constantly learning throughout the years of tertiary education and primary education, interacting with our religious leaders, interacting with political organizations and social, all of this is giving us information. So all the time that we're awake, we're actually accumulating information. The idea or the trend these days is not to learn, but to unlearn.
Okay.
Right? And that is what the focus I want to just share with the viewers this morning.
Okay.
Is to get into the mode of understanding what this unlearning is all about. Now, a simple illustration is if you take a cupboard that you've set for storage, and you've had all your stuff in there, you know, your hard drives and all those disks that we had for years and all that, and you're looking for something that you know is somewhere there. You've got to pull all the stuff out before you get there.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
So the idea is, or the thought behind it is that, do we need all of this stuff? And we've got to search very, very carefully. We've got to look carefully into our daily living and understand that we don't need all of this stuff all the time.
Okay.
What has happened, Lindy, is also based on other people's opinions, other people's views, other people's perspective of things, we've formed our own foundation.
Sure.
But the true question is that our foundation, or is it based on someone else's opinion? So today I want to encourage the viewers to start building on their own foundation.
Okay.
Right? And one of the ways of actually doing it is to make a concerted and committed decision to take stock.
Okay.
Right? Take stock of the stuff you've had. Do a bit of decluttering
Decluttering
all
your
the
mind.
time.
Yeah.
Mind decluttering.
Okay.
So it is more about unlearning. And how do we go about doing that? Is to develop an open mind.
Okay.
Right.
Yes.
When we're sitting around the table and having a meal, or when we're sitting around with people and having a meeting, be bold enough and strong enough to view your views, to bring it out and say, listen, I disagree. This is what I want to bring to the table. And make it known that you bring it out because you fervently believe that that is what you understand and you think it's a strong point. Very often they say, go with the flow. And I say, why go with the flow?
Yeah.
You know, you need to stop somewhere and be rescued from this flow that's taking you down into nowhere. So that's very important to understand, that you can actually stop the process of just learning and develop the process of unlearning while you're going through all of this.
Yeah.
So the idea is to learn, unlearn, learn, unlearn.
Constantly learning and unlearning.
Yes, it's a constant process. There's never an end to that. We give credit to all the university professors and our school teachers and all the people we've interacted with.
Yes.
They've actually helped us to grow to who we are. But are we really who we are?
So how does a person know when is the right time to unlearn?
The right time is right now.
Okay.
Right? You've got to start now. You know, you're a teenager, you've accumulated so much of information.
Yes.
By the time you get to an adult, you're already accumulating more. And we're doing that every day.
Yeah.
So the idea is to do it right now. When a baby is born, up until the age of 6 to 7 years, there's no conscious mind that's developed. It's only the subconscious mind. And that's happened to all of us. So by the age of 7, we've accumulated so much of stuff already. And that is also not serving a purpose.
Okay.
Right? So we now need to do a lot of decluttering and understand that it's possible by making a decision that you want to become open-minded and open ears about what is people saying to you and what are you able to offer in return.
Okay.
Right? And the other idea is to share that with people.
Sure.
Let you become the building blocks of someone else's future. Right? Because you've developed an open mind. And you've developed this open way of looking at things very differently. And it also helps you to change your perspective of things.
Correct.
You know, when you change the way you see things, things start to change.
Definitely, definitely.
You know, and that's important. We can't just continue going with the flow and thinking that all of that we're ending up with migraines more than we ever bargained for.
I mean, to someone who's inundated with information, we live in a society that's inundated with social media, everything is just in our face every day. You never get the time to switch off. How do you declutter? how do you even get to saying?
By just saying we don't get time to declutter is already a problem.
Okay.
We've got to make that time.
Sure.
Right? And I'm glad that you asked this question, because what I have is I have a premium hour. So I get up 1 hour earlier than normal.
Yes.
Right? So if I'm starting my day at 6:30, I get up at 5:30.
Yeah.
And I call it a premium hour. Robin Sharma talks about it as well too. And in that hour, you start preparing yourself for who you want to be. You know, for those who do the prayer, you're welcome to do so. You do a bit of exercise, you do reading, you do your meditation, you do your self-focus. Right? And you start to understand that this is something that's not really adding value to my life today.
Yes.
And I'm going to need to look at, and you start looking at how you're going to let go of these things. Okay. You know, holding on to all of these things that we've learned is not serving a purpose every day.
Yeah.
So the more often we make that time.
Yes.
Lindy, the question is, if we don't make the time, we're going to end up in hospital.
Yeah.
Then we're going to have to make the time.
Then you need to make time,
right? Because you don't want to be there. So even then, to start now. Start to do the decluttering right now. Start to unlearn right now. And eventually you're going to start, you will obviously lead a life that is so flourishing, so colorful, and so abundant.
Yes.
And you obviously will impact that kind of lifestyle on your children and people that are going to be connecting with you as well.
That's beautiful.
So my topic or my message for today is learn, unlearn, unlearn. Don't forget to bring the unlearning part into the process as well. And share it with others. Share it with others. Let everyone else become open-minded about it. And the thing about with COVID, lastly, I want to say, we went into lockdown.
Yes.
And we've been locked down with all the clutter.
Yes.
Time to release.
Time to release.
Permission granted. Time to release.
Definitely. We are releasing and learning a lot of things that we've picked up on the way. I love what you just shared with our viewers. It really speaks to self-love and taking care of yourself.
Absolutely. Yeah, I like that self-love.
Thank you so much, Tony. That was really inspirational.
Great.
After the break, we're chatting to Neville from Ndlondlo Reptile Park.